MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And I hope everyone is ready to face Tuesday because it's here, yes, like it or not.
Mm-hmm. It's already hot outside.
We're looking at 69 degrees now. We got a few clouds. It's going to make it to 90 degrees before it's all said and done.
Gosh, summer is here.
Dress appropriately. Now, if I remember, and let me double check myself, last night West Lauderdale had their big graduation. Mm-hmm. Tonight, I want to say there's another one, and I'm not looking in the right place. Let me see if I can find this real quick of where we're going to have our next graduation. I want to say it's Clarkdale. No, Southeast tonight.
Is it Southeast?
Southeast High School, May the 17th. It will be at the football field tonight beginning at 8 p.m.
All right.
So go there. I saw a lot of pictures floating from West Lauderdale last night. We hope you enjoy it.
Well, it's like Thursday, it'll be Northeast, and then Friday, Clarkdale.
And that should wind up the county schools here. But if you've got a graduation that we hadn't mentioned in your county, let us know. We'll be glad to tell everybody. I hope you get out and support the graduates. It's a big deal to get that.
It is a big deal. It is. It's we saw several people standing out in their yards taking pictures yesterday evening. It's an exciting time. It's a bittersweet time for a mother. I'm sure for a father too, but I know
she's thinking about the mamas out there. She ain't thinking about no daddies.
Well, for parents, it's a bittersweet time. You know, men are a little tougher, acting and stuff. But I don't know. I just when that music starts playing, when they're walking out, it's just like tears. Ooh. You're happy they finally are out of high school and everything, but it's just you think about what led you to that point.
You ever find yourself just listening to that music by yourself alone?
No, I don't. But even just thinking about it in my head, it just kind of makes me
I'm going to go
tear
ahead.
Up.
It's never brought a tear to my eye to hear the music.
Well, it does.
Now, that wedding music is another hand. Another soul. Bless their hearts.
Good grief.
But it is, and no one can really tell you that, well, they tell you, but you don't realize it when you're 17 or 18 when you graduate, that most of those people, that will be the very last time you ever lay eyes on them ever again in your life. Mm-hmm. You go separate ways, and a few you will still see, but for the majority, when you got a class of 160, you ain't going to see them no more.
Yeah, well, I've kept in touch with several of my good friends from high school, and it's always nice when you have a reunion and everything. But
right there on Owl 9 at Wally World. That's where you see everybody. What y'all been doing?
I guess so. I don't know, though. Lots of people have come back. They go off to college, a lot of people do, and then they come back and start their life with their families and everything that they've made. Anyway, it's seasons, different seasons of your life, constantly changing.
Yeah, they sent out a thing on our class that, hey, would y'all like to have a classroom in Meridian? Are you kidding?
We're having ours pretty soon. We're going to have our 30th.
30 of them?
30th.
Have y'all decided the place and all?
Yeah, we're going to have it downtown in one of the areas downtown.
Okay.
It's kind of central to everything where you can walk, so we're walk to different places when you leave if you want to. But anyway.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That'll turn out well. See who's aged, who hasn't. Mm-hmm. Some people you recognize right off, and then some people you just, wow. Yeah. Some people hit their fifth gear in their late 20s. And somebody that was picked on in high school, just gorgeous now. And sometimes the it crowd is not it anymore.
Yeah. It surprises me, some of the people who just don't even bother coming. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like a slap in the face sometimes. You're thinking, well, gosh, we were all friends in high school, and it'd be nice
what was that video?
to talk to you.
What was that video? I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, some people, I don't know.
It doesn't interest someone, a lot of people, to get back together. It's just they've moved on with their lives, and y'all do what y'all doing. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah. It's always good because a lot of these people, I went to school from the first grade to the 12th grade. So we were in, and this is the people who you learned to be a friend from. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't learn that.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. You've grown up together.
I grew up with them. Good luck with that. That's Candace's perspective. A guy looks at it a lot different.
I'm sure everybody has their own opinion about stuff, and that's fine.
We're getting ready for a Run for the Wall. That's coming to Meridian on the 23rd. I brought that up this morning. It's a big deal as the motorcycle, the Thunder, rolls into Meridian. They will stay at the Ag Center overnight and have dinner and then breakfast as they all get ready to head out the next day there.
Yes.
That's as they head toward Washington, D.C. there. Did you see the quote I quoted this morning from Kamala Harris? I've actually learned how to say Kamala now after a year. Did you see it? Have you heard this one?
No, I have not.
And this is just words of wisdom. And I repeated it just so you could let it sink in. And this is keeping up with the Kamala. We will work together and continue to work together to address the issues and to work together and continue to work, operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will continue to work together. We will work together. Does that make sense to anybody?
She's just, I don't know.
That's from the Oval Office there, right down the hall there.
Yeah, I don't think she ever really answers a question. She just kind of goes in circles.
But as I went into further with this, Candace, they did a poll of the least liked person in politics in America. The least. She tops it. Number one person in America that no one really cares for. That includes Democrats. That includes Republicans. And then the neutral bunch.
I have yet to see anything that she's productively done. I don't know what.
Well, she's replaced. Back off now. She's replaced a lot of staff members. A whole lot because they keep quitting.
Yeah, okay.
Give her credit where credit is due.
Yeah, I will say that's like a revolving door. Staff members. Just come on. You'll be here like a week or two, and then But I don't know if she's getting rid of them or they're just leaving because they're sick of her. But I don't know.
Did you see the news article to where Joe's wife Jill was not happy about him choosing her? Probably somebody told him to choose her. But again, we go back. She was the first man out, so to speak, during the election that voters, even her California state didn't vote for her. She was out. So
I guess she was an attorney before this, was she?
I don't know her background.
I'm not sure if she was or not, but whatever she was doing, she's probably.
I never paid attention to her, and when she ran, she just didn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. And then
I just think in that position, you should be somebody who's making a difference in some kind of way, or you should be addressing issues. You should be going, if it's your job to go to the border and take care of things, that's what you need to do, and not just sit up there and look pretty and occupy an office and tell people what to do. Go read a book every now and then with some,
And you thought she looked pretty? That's what I got out of it.
She's nice looking. She's not. I think she's attractive.
Here nor there. It's confusing.
Yeah.
With this one.
But it's just not. She's just not doing what she needs to do. I don't believe.
No,
and that would go for anybody. Whoever is in that position, that's a very important position to be in, obviously.
But Wanda says she thinks it goes back to her being a district attorney somewhere in California.
Okay.
I know she dated a lot of people along the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Righty. MPD has been busy yesterday. This was on social media of the couple that lost their cars. You wake up, you walk outside, and your truck and your car is gone. F-150 and the Mercedes were stolen as they slept.
Nice.
And then the little dude that stole it thought it would be pretty cool to get on Facebook and brag about it.
Smart. That's very smart.
Yeah, selfies. The Meridian Police Department showed up at the apartment complex, and they took him into custody, along with his best buddy that helped him drive the other one there. And pictures, they got a pretty good solid case on this. 2 juveniles. We can't release the names because of their age there. But the vehicles were taken from the Newell Road area and 45th Court area. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Sounds like they need to be dealt with.
They do, and we'll see what happens once they make it to court there. You can't take things that aren't yours.
Right.
They do it every day, but you shouldn't, and it needs to be taught at home not to do that.
I can't stand
thievery. Is that the word?
I can't stand it. I can't. I thought I was going to come unglued when I was in beauty school, and I come back. I had been gone for a couple of days. I can't remember why.
Well, hold on. Every time Candace says that word, I go back to Greece. Beauty school dropout. That's all that. That's what pops in my head every time. Okay, finish your story.
Yeah. Anyway, I had left and was gone for a couple of days. I can't remember why. I don't know if I was sick or what. But anyway, come back and like several of my items are just gone. They're gone. Well, then I got wind of who took them, and then I was like, you know what? I don't buy my stuff to give it away to people for free. If you need it, that's one thing. I probably would have gave it to you.
Yeah.
You know, if you really needed it. But don't steal from me.
Did you get it worked out?
I mean, I said my piece and I was done. But, I mean, that's just ridiculous.
You get
I
stuff
can't stand
back?
it. Yeah, I got my stuff back.
Okay.
But it's just, I can't stand it.
And I think most people feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And make sure you have cameras to identify your stuff.
Yeah, not everybody gets their stuff back, though. And then these people who, but karma, you know, what goes around comes around. In some form. It will.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
It'll come back and bite you.
You know, and I had to. You ever been stopped dead in your tracks? I made a statement the other day, and I was standing with a bunch of police officers, and after I'm telling you, I got shut down by a statement that I made.
And you shouldn't have been talking about me, Scotty Ray.
Well, it wasn't about you, but it was about. But have you ever made a statement and then somebody goes? And then they analyze what you said, and you realize that really was a mistake. And I did.
Maybe it come out the wrong way.
No, it was just the way I viewed something.
Okay.
And let me explain the situation. A name was brought up of a guy that we all knew. I said, yeah, he's a pretty good old boy. But, you know, I'd never really thought about it, and I kind of endorsed him there, being pretty good there. And then somebody goes, well, you know, he paraded around in front of his wife, had a girlfriend, and brought the girlfriend in front of the wife. Said, what are you going to do about it? That's what he'd done to the wife. And he, as they were getting a divorce, I think he offered her like $5,000. Said, you can go away, like it or not. And I made the statement he was a pretty good old boy. And the cop looked at me and he goes, is that your definition of a good old boy? And I'm telling you, it floored me.
But did you know that?
I knew it, but I didn't think about it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I knew that, but when he said, if that is your definition of a good old boy, what is your definition of someone who's bad?
Somebody that's sorry.
And I sat back and I go, I owe you an apology. You're absolutely right. He's not a good old boy.
Yeah.
And I had never viewed it that way. So that makes me really look at how what I say in public of what I think of someone now, because that he was right.
Well, some people will like look at stuff like that though, and they're like, I'm not getting up in their personal business. From what I know, he seemed like a good old boy. You know, that type thing.
Right. But
yeah.
I may have witnessed some of that at one point in my life. And when he said, I'm telling you, it just floored me. And I was wrong.
I can't imagine somebody parading the girlfriend around and going,
he did.
What you going to do about it?
He did. He was like tired of her. Like he wanted a divorce.
I could promise you there'd be some dental visits and some hair replacement appointments. Yeah. Would.
I've never seen anything like that.
Seriously, that's crazy. Anyway, what does go around comes around.
It does. And that was a shocker for me. But I learned a valuable lesson out of that. And I moved forward out of that looking at what I say differently. Think before you talk. And I did not on that one.
I don't always think before I talk. So I guess we're all guilty of that.
Yes, we are.
We are all guilty of
that. That was a boo-boo on me there, I'll say. Yeah. So we got some more coming up about what's going on locally to let you know. Hope y'all join in. Let us know your thoughts of what's happening in the community. And as always, if you know something, you see something, inbox us. Let us find out what's going on behind the scenes so everybody will know.
Yes.
All on the way. Scotty Ray and Candace. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh yellow corn, 3-year package, $2.29. Ripe tomatoes, a 4-pack, $1.99. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 69 cents a pound. Heinz Easy Squeeze Ketchup, 20-ounce, 2 for $4. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. And New York Strip Family Pack, $10.99 a pound.
When we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. Lisa says, don't worry, we've all lost our brain-to-mouth filter. Mm-hmm. Red Akins had a song about that. He lacked the gene that had that filter there of saying yes. You know, there's a lot of people that are yes men in this world. No matter what it is, they just kind of chime in. And then there's us that have that problem of you go,
Yeah.
The Meridian Police Department has identified the gentleman that was murdered in Meridian. As we look at this, they identify from Easton Garden Apartments on Sunday night, 43-year-old Gary Moffitt was murdered. He was shot and killed in his truck. Again, no matter what the circumstances are, and we don't know them yet as they investigate this, we pass along condolences.
Yes.
Death is not good, especially when someone in our community, their life is taken. As details come out on this, we'll pass that along. So many times with this, people don't want to talk.
Right.
Fear for themselves. We get it. We understand that. Hopefully somebody will say something, send a note to somebody and let them know what they know happened there. There's had to be some witnesses in that. I brought this up. We've had this happen once or twice in our area, and I talked about it this morning. Cemetery vandalism. One of the most disrespectful things that can happen, and it has happened in Biloxi at a cemetery. They've kicked over headstones, they've broken vases. How rude and crude can that be as you vandalize those who cannot stop it themselves?
Yeah, that's sorry. I know my grandparents were one of the ones who got their vase stolen when that guy was stealing vases.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got theirs, but and I don't know if they ever even did anything with all that. I don't know what happened with it, but
I remember there was a
it
gate.
is very disrespectful.
The iron, you know, the old cemeteries used to have all the iron work. That stuff has become what thieves go after now. Just cut it up. No respect for the deceased. That bothers me some kind of ferociously. Feel free to use that word, ferocious.
Ferociously.
Yeah, anytime today. Work it in your sentence.
Okay. I'm gonna make a point to do that. But speaking of class reunions, like we were talking about a while ago, somebody has posted that.
Did I go up enough?
I think it's down.
Down.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Where's that? Oh, yeah. Friday, June the 3rd, Meridian High, the class of 1962, is going to have their 60th class reunion at Bonita Lakes.
You want to do the arithmetic on that and say how many years that's been?
Gosh.
See, 72, 82, 92. Ooh.
It says 60. 60 years, isn't that right?
Wow, yep.
Yeah. 1962 graduates, get ready for your Meridian High class reunion.
And
Bonita Lakes, that's a beautiful place.
It is. And I guarantee you that those 60 years have been like, whew.
Yeah. I'm telling you, these 30 have been like that, you know. It's crazy how time flies.
If you go back, there was a song written about all that, the Statler Brothers. It was called The Class of 57, where they all thought they had changed the world. And, well, doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
It's good to see people, though.
It is. And it's sad when you look back on the ones you've lost also. We've lost 7 so far, I think, in our class. So.
And I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know that I saw last week where somebody that I had graduated passed away.
It's sad.
It is. It's a part of life. And you know, it's like every morning that we do this moment in history and these different things. Do not forget that one day this will happen to you. You're not, as Hank put it, you're not going to get out of this world alive. Right. So live the day as if it's your last every day. Yeah. Do something good for somebody instead of something bad is the whole moral of that little concept that was going through my head. Do something good for somebody. Be remembered as a good person. Yeah. Won't hurt you.
We take a lot of things for granted each and every day.
Ooh, don't we all?
Don't put off telling somebody what you want to tell them either. You know, if you want to tell them you're proud of them, tell them you
don't like them,
tell them you're
get in
sorry.
that last word.
Yeah.
Did you see this to where Elon has moved forward on telling the president what he thinks of him?
Oh no, I was thinking you were going to do the put everything on hold thing again because they were talking about it again today in the news. So.
Yeah, but he made a comment about the president, and I think everybody will agree with Elon Musk on this. He's fast becoming a household name here lately.
Well, but this is a true statement.
Yeah,
what he said.
He slams the. I'll let you read this headline over here.
Elon Musk slams Biden. Says the real president is whoever controls the teleprompter.
Hello.
That's pretty much, or whoever's behind that. Yeah, somebody's telling him what to do. I don't believe for a second that that he has any of that.
It's kind of like Ron Burgundy, as they said. You put it on the teleprompter, he'll read anything.
Yeah.
And that was the demise of him. That was the funniest movie I've ever seen.
It's a sad situation, though, in itself. That
Right.
Something's not right, and they're taking advantage of it. They are.
Be ready for that. Now, I want to address this. There's a lot of talk about as we got ready for hurricane season. It starts officially June 1st. The National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center now are putting out updates daily. 0% chance on anything happening. The waters are clear now. There's a lot of people that are sort of weather people on the side that want to do it, that are predicting that something is brewing. Nothing has happened. It is not a threat yet. We will watch it. If it does become a threat, we'll tell you more about it. But there's a lot of people that are slamming others, saying, don't believe them. They're just after likes. They may be. But something's out there, but it's not anything yet. Does that make sense?
Hurricane-wise?
It's something that's like a storm brewing, but it is not a storm. And they're jumping the gun of going, okay, this is coming, and it is not yet. We'll watch it. If it does become a threat, we'll let you know. We'll start banging pots and pans and go, y'all get ready.
I just hope that come July that they don't have a whole lot of hurricanes or any.
What you planning in July?
We're supposed to go to the beach in July.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, for a week. I'm so excited because I have not been to the beach in years.
Well, you'll enjoy it.
It's been a long time. So, and I don't know. Alden's been a couple of times, but he was younger. But anyway, I'm excited. Hopefully the weather will be okay then. And if you're planning a trip, I hope the weather's okay for you anytime soon. So.
I'm not a beach person. I'm really not. My wife loves it. It's not me.
I do not like to just lay out on the beach and bake in the sun like some people do. Because, I'd get all oiled up and lay out, and then these kids would run by and throw sand all over you or something and just stick to you. I just like to walk on the beach, collect shells, just get up real early in the morning and walk and watch the sunrise and sit on the, out there and watch the sunset. I mean, just stuff like that.
I already want to drive back home, and I'm not even on the vacation.
The relaxing part of it. And I love seafood. That's the main thing.
I can take about a day and a half of it.
Yeah.
That gritty sand, and I don't care for it.
I don't like a prolonged time, down there.
And is it me, or can anyone else see on the beach? If you don't have sunglasses, that stuff's so bright, I can't see where I'm going.
Yeah. But now I would say I'm more of a mountains type. I would prefer that over the beach, but I'm excited to go.
But there's a lot of there's beach goers. That is like the number one destination, and I realize that I'm probably not in the norm on that.
Yeah, we're probably going to burn up, and it's probably going to be a lot of big crowds, which I'm not fond of, like waiting in lines and all that. But anyway, it'll be nice.
Let's
to get away.
Let's talk about this a second. Jones County. They sent out the police department there, the sheriff's department in Jones County, which is south of us, Laurel, Mississippi. They put out an APB last night on a murder suspect. He's been apprehended this morning in the wee hours of the morning. I thought we'd just share his picture there. He's been arrested and cuffed and stuffed. He doesn't look too happy at this point there. No,
he does look a little disturbed.
And that's him. The original pictures, he didn't quite look like that. He was a little bit more clean cut.
Yeah.
So they have taken him into custody. At first, they were saying that this is a serious matter. I was trying to think of the wording for it there, but they have taken him into custody. That's a good thing. We wanted to mention this also. Newton County, the sheriff's department, has something missing, as I try to word it correctly. And what we're looking for is K9 the Colt. He is missing as we pull this up. Have you seen this pup? He's missing over in Newton County. If y'all happen to see him somewhere, he's wearing 2 front shoes.
This looks like a German short-haired pointer. Is that right?
Ooh, don't make me get off on the wrong side. I don't
think
know.
That's what that is. I might be wrong.
I was going to call him a bird dog.
Well, I mean, he does. I mean, they are kind of bird dogs, but I think they're called German short-haired pointers.
But the number to call, 635 4401 4401. If you happen to see Colt walking around Newton County anywhere,
they do find him.
Yes. Check him out. Maybe he'll be found today.
Usually police dogs are the German Shepherds. So, you know, a lot of times you'll see the canines be German Shepherds.
Right.
So that's neat to see a
I'm
different.
going to talk
I hope they find
to
him.
Jody about this and find out why he just picked a different dog there.
Well, these are smart dogs. They're really smart dogs. A friend of mine raises these dogs. So
Maybe they just hunt quail and we don't know that.
I don't know. But very smart, I think.
Yeah, but and everybody watching it has a pet, knows that feeling when
Yes.
they're misplaced and you can't find them. You worry about them if they're getting food and all of that. So.
Ours get out of pocket quite a bit lately. Having to go, call them up. And
We got situations going on at the border as we're getting ready for this Title I to end, as they're cramming the border, getting ready to come over. The nation will be flooded with people that are not citizens that are going to be let in. We'll watch this. We'll pass the information along to you as this develops at the border there. A lot of concern over it, as we all know that the big fiasco that we got going on right now is the baby formula. A lot of it's at the border. Our shelves are empty. The manufacturing plants have been shut down. We did get word that they are going to start firing up the baby food factories, but it will take at least 6 weeks to fill the void before production makes a difference. So there you go. That's out there as we look at some of these things that are shaping.
Look, I hope all of you people are taking notes when it comes time to vote
You have to.
about all this stuff that's going awry.
As we talk about the border, did you see this where they found, $25 million? I believe it's, $25 million worth of drugs. A tunnel at Tijuana all the way into America there to San Diego, underground. This is really...
Good grief.
Who do they hire to dig the tunnels, number one, so it won't fall? It has to be some type of good engineer. They've got billions. They are the cartel.
Right.
But an underground system has been found. As you dig
From
into...
Tijuana to San Diego. Now, I wonder how many miles that is. Somebody can Google that for us to see.
Yeah, and depending upon the route, it could be longer.
Right.
But they had it stacked with all of this. Now, I'm not before I say this, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm accusing anyone. But you imagine being a border agent. You make a bust on this, they come after your family and anybody that's kin to you. That has to be the pressure of the world of being somebody that puts these laws in down there, because they will come after you.
Yeah.
Something to think about there as we look at what's going on to the border there. And again,
Goodness.
as we look at Twitter, they say you just wouldn't believe just how deep to the left it is after you get into the inside of it. Everything was kind of put on hold there with Elon as he realized that there was a lot of robot accounts. And he goes, well, wait a minute. Let's put this on hold. He's not backing out. He's just trying to get some, and then they're accusing him of telling information that he shouldn't have to the general public. They had a story that went behind the scenes with an employee there that he says, and again, can't until you get to court on all this stuff, but he was saying they target more people that are on the conservative side of dinging them to where their comments won't be posted to where those on the left are let go. Maybe Elon can make a difference. We hope so.
They're saying that the stock in Twitter has dropped to like $30 per share, I think it is, or something around that. And it was what, $58 a share or more? Maybe it was even more than that. I don't know.
Even Facebook stock has dropped lately as they've shown numbers that dropped. Each one of these have had that. The Truth Social, I don't know much about it yet. A lot of people are jumping on board with that, though. Now, and again, this next guy, I'm going to briefly touch on this. I touched on it this morning. This gentleman, he's not a gentleman, but this killer that went into this grocery store in Buffalo, plan this. The family is trying to say that it was because of COVID that he done this. And I disagree with that. This man is a killer. He was a racist. There's no other way to word it.
Right.
And to say that COVID caused him to do it, lots of people had COVID in America. They didn't go out and hurt other people because they were in lockdown.
Right.
We need to set an example of this man and make it swift. It doesn't need to be a trial and years. It needs to take effect immediately and something be done with this.
Right.
It'll stop a lot of this if America will finally have some gusto behind them and do something.
I don't think there's any excuse for what he did. None. There shouldn't be any excuses made for that. I do think that this nation as a whole needs to quit trying to breed hate you know, amongst all of us.
And I don't know where he got his hate. Why?
I don't know. I don't know either, but, you know, there's so much of it going on. I mean, there's so much on both sides, like, of the aisle. It just seems like everybody is against people, you know.
And there's no room for hate.
You know,
we need
it's not. I mean, so.
Let's hope the government takes a quick stance on this and handles it quickly.
Right.
That's what we hope.
It's never going to be a perfect world. I mean, it's just not. We know that.
8:30 already with Scotty Ray and Candace on this Tuesday morning. We hope we're bringing a smile to you. Don't rush off. We've got a lot more on the way to tell you what's happening in and around the area. Stay close with us.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
See old Buttermilk today. He'll make you smile there. Good morning to Jane Smith. Glad to see you. Teresa Spivey is joining the show.
Deborah McKee, good morning. Desiree Palmer and William Beckham, good morning to all y'all. And Les Alexander, good morning.
Chris Walker said that somebody posted a dog like that yesterday that we showed of Newton County. He was swimming in Oak Tibby, and somebody picked him up by boat. That's good.
Yeah, maybe that would be him.
It'd be a few miles away from home there in Newton County. He was really traveling, so to speak, there.
You never know when somebody picks up a dog and takes it somewhere else.
You're right.
You know, so.
We'll keep you posted on that. We'll check in with the high sheriff and see what he's got to say about the dog.
Surely the dog's chipped. I mean, I don't know if it is or not. You'd think a police dog would have a chip.
I've never. Have you ever chipped a dog?
I haven't. We haven't. We've talked about it on our, our labs and stuff. But I don't know.
Because they're never at home.
Well, just to be able to find. I don't even know though. What does a chip do in an animal? I mean, other than like if you find an animal and you take it to the vet, they can tell who it is by the
Correct.
chip. But like, it's not like you can pick up your phone and go locate the animal.
Right. But you know what? I'm not going to veer off into this, but that chip thing, I'm not into that.
Well, I don't want a chip.
That's what I mean. And it's really the same thing.
Well, I know, but I mean, still.
Think about that.
But we're talking about animals.
Right, but it starts with the dog. Next thing you know, Candace's husband's got a chip, and she knows where he is at all times. Oh, wait a minute, she does.
Life 360. Oh.
But I mean, there's a thin line there. It is a great thing when you keep up with your pets.
I guess it is. Yeah, it is a thin line.
But boy,
don't be chipping us.
See, that could like that.
I seriously though, I think I was a lady or somebody in a column I was reading one time had a chip in her arm. I think they had put it in there for I don't know what they were doing, but she ran that thing from the veterinarian clinic over her arm and it was in there or something.
What did it tell her?
I don't know, but it was in there and it located it in her arm. That's weird.
But you look at this and eventually all of that will be, they'll tell you one day that you can't do your banking without one of those, or you can't get groceries.
Yeah.
Mark my word, one day. I'm staying as far away from it as I can. All right, let's move to our next subject this morning. That's happier and more sunshiny. Let's take a look at what happened on this day, 1936. Now, he wasn't one of my big ones, but this was a big movie back in, I think it was, 69. Easy Rider, do y'all remember that? Well, Dennis Hopper was born on this date back in 1936, and that's the scene from that show there as he rode the bike there.
Okay.
Again, did you watch it? It was kind of hard for me to, because I'm not a... It didn't do much for me, but it was big back in the day, and we know that. So we support that. 1943, I've read about this all my life, and it was a big deal. The Memphis Belle flew its 25th bombing mission. Big deal there. If you ever watched that movie about the Memphis Belle as she came in landing, holding together there at the end there. 1943. A lot of Americans lost their lives in that big war. I always remember that. This was, you look back on times in history. This one you think, how did the FBI really have time to fool with this? And they did. They had a complaint. I guess there wasn't as much going on. But 1965, they got a complaint. And you sing it all the time. Louie, Louie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like that's the only part of that song I know.
We go back to 1955. He's such a likable fella, and he died such an early age.
He did.
Bill Paxton. Do y'all remember him?
Yeah, I do. I could not believe that when we heard of his death. I thought, goodness. And wasn't it like heart related or something?
Somewhere along those lines.
He was also in that movie Weird Science, you know.
Oh.
He was the big brother, Chet.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
But he was a great actor, and it's just, you watch that movie and you think, there's no way he's passed on, but he has. So, a little thought there for you as you look at that. Let's see what else happened today. Oh, boy, this next guy, we just lost him. And he was 65 when he passed away. Bob Saget was born on this day back in 56 also. Kind of like the unofficial America's Dad. America's Funniest Home Videos, and then on into Jesse and that whole crew there as they had that big TV show. Let's see. I'm going to bet you don't know this one. 1966. David Houston recorded a song, and it was recorded on this day. It was huge. And it's about a guy that walks into a bar, and an old girl hits on him, and he goes, whew, I was almost persuaded. Big song for them. Do you know it?
No.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Never heard of it.
Jamie Johnson recorded a song kind of similar to this. There's 2 or 3 different, it's not the same song, it's different versions of it. But Jamie Johnson has a song off his first album, if you ever have a chance to listen to it, called She's All Lady, She's All Woman, But You're All Lady. It was about a woman hitting on him in a bar, and he goes, no, I ain't coming up to your room, but I do appreciate that. Somebody's waiting on a phone call at home.
I think that's good when somebody can be that strong of a person and do the right thing.
You know, Paul Thorne wrote one called I Don't Want to Know. It's where also somebody slips a hotel key and he goes, I don't want to know about that forbidden fruit. Good song. And it's a very solid statement. 1967, I wasn't born yet, but boy, this was big and it'd be played even to this date. Glenn Campbell recorded Gentle on My Mind. I think he had something behind the couch there. Oh, yeah, it was a knapsack. He was ready to go at any time. 1975, the #1 song in America, B.J. Thomas. Anybody remember him? And it was called, Hey, Won't You Play Another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song.
Yeah, I do remember that.
B.J., he was good there. I even heard Elvis do a version of that one night. 1980, we all loved him. It come from the TV series Archie Bunker. And they would get their own TV show as Wheezy and the gang made it to the cover of TV Guide.
I love the show. I thought
It was funny.
I thought it was funny.
She ain't doing no windows.
I thought it was. I know. I thought it was so funny because back then you could make fun of everybody and everybody laughed about it. It's just crazy how it's gotten now.
And George had the little man syndrome.
Yeah.
And there's just he had a problem with that of being smaller than the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Like how many times did he call? What's his name up there? What was his name? The white guy on the show. He called him names, and I mean it was funny.
I'll think of it in a second there.
I can't remember it. I'll think of the Bensons. I know was
No,
their
that was
last-
Benson. That was the guy down the hall, the little weird guy.
Oh, well, I thought that was their name.
That was Benson. That was his name. He always got
Benson
caught.
was the British kind of talking.
Yeah, and he
guy?
always got
Okay,
caught with no underwear, without his pants on, locked in the hall. Tom Willis.
Tom Willis. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, it was always a funny show.
1993, and I still have this postcard somewhere in my box of junk when I left radio. Alan Jackson sent this out as a postcard to everyone of, listen to my song, see if you like it. And I still have it somewhere, and this is the postcard. 1993, the Chattahoochee song was released to radio.
I remember when that come out, and he was on skis in the video.
Yeah.
I miss the music videos. I just miss it. Just made the song even that more
You may
fun
have to
watch.
stay up to like 1 a.m. to actually catch a video on CMT. They need to change the name from Country Music Television to the latest live soap opera, maybe. I don't know. But it's not videos anymore. 1993, the final episode of this. A Mississippian who made it big. You watched him first in Simon and Simon. He was a cool guy there. He'd get another big show. He'd be married to Delta Burke. Major Dad. It ended on this date back in 93. That truly does not seem that long ago.
I know it.
But
gosh.
long time ago now.
Look, I'm reading the comments while we're doing this too. But somebody said you can track your dog with a chip. You know.
Tell you where it is.
And then, Alicia Lynch, she says good morning. So, and thank you. She paid me a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we have a lot more people watching though. Anitra Humphreys, Rick Joyner.
Who they say was on Titanic up here? Joy. Who was on Titanic? Did I miss something there?
Who was on Titanic? He was on Titanic.
Right. Somebody we talked about. I didn't catch the comment until just then.
Oh, I bet he's talking about Bill Paxton. Maybe was he on Titanic in some part? I don't know.
I'd have to go back and watch the movie to know that, or Google it. Oh, yeah, Google's the greatest thing. In 2000, Kenny Rogers had the #1 song today. It was called Buy Me a Rose. Anybody remember that? I have to say, late in Kenny's career, the best one that he would do was I Am the Greatest, about the little boy with the bat and the ball. When he strikes out and he goes, even I didn't know I was that great.
Yeah.
It was good. Liked it.
I liked Lady. You know, Lionel Richie did it too, but I guess Lionel Richie was the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love or Something's got it. Kenny just went on and on with great songs. Yes. In 2000, on this night, you would never see it again. And I was so thankful. Whew, it's finally over. No more of that. It ended Beverly Hills 90210, which I could not relate to in any shape, form, or way. There's absolutely nothing that happened on that show that Scotty Ray ever did.
I watched it some. I mean, you know, that wasn't my lifestyle. We didn't drive BMWs and, you know.
All of that. In 2005, we would find out that Tim McGraw got the Song of the Year of Live Like You Were Dying. And boy, if that song doesn't strike a note with you if you listen to the lyrics, think about that. Go to the doctor and they tell you you got months to live.
That
what do you do?
That was a really good song. Now, did he not write that kind of about his dad? Did he not write that?
I didn't think he wrote it.
I thought it had something to do with his real father, you know, that was a baseball player that he had gotten to meet at one time or something.
I had to Google it, but I didn't think Tim wrote it. I could be wrong on that. I think it's...
Or maybe it just related to him or something. I don't know. Anyway.
I'll Google that when
I'm taking up our history time.
I'll look into it. 2012, we would lose somebody, and the only time that I ever remember... I knew who she was. I never listened to her any music, but Hank Jr. had a song that he pointed out. We don't all get into Donna Summer. She passed away on this date back in 2012. Hard to believe she's gone too.
I know. I had a Donna Summer record.
Did you?
That I played on my record player when I was little.
Name a song that she done, because I don't know any.
But someone left the cake out in the rain. You know.
Left
the cake out in the rain. Y'all know that song.
No, I don't really.
I used to play it over and over again.
Huh.
I don't know if I can take it because it took so long to bake it. You never heard that?
And somebody record and people listen to that?
Y'all know that song.
That sounds so boring.
It's not. It's not. She was good. She was a good singer.
Okay. I'd learned something today. Donna Summer. Who sang that song, Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah? That wasn't her?
I don't know. I don't think it was her.
Anyway.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I know nothing about the lady there. MacArthur Park, I don't know what that is either. As we turn to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, where I do know what I'm talking about, well, they got it all for you. They've been there since 32, and they got fishing gear. If you're ready to go, we always give you your report there of where to fish. Chet gives it to us, and they've got it. Lures. Oh, rod and reels. Go check it out there. And of course, pine straws, you get ready to take care of your yard and get all your plants ready for the summer. They've got sod to cover up those bare spots, keep it watered. They'll show you that. And of course, out here, anything that you're looking for. Isn't that just a beautiful scene?
It is.
Check that out in the flower shop there that you can choose from. All the different things. Beautiful flowers. Just waiting for you as we go into T-shirts and a whole lot more. If you need a cool shirt to wear, they've got it for you. And as we got caps, ball caps, and we even got jeans, and anything that you might need for the working man, from shoes to mud boots to work boots. It's all there with pet supplies and a whole lot more with horse and cattle feed. all for your animals there. Guns and ammo. Where do you find it? The Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did. You'll find something that, you're looking for. As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054.
The Golden Apple Award, presented by MeTV, EMEPA, the Meridian Star, and our partners in education. Nominate your favorite teacher at twinstates.news.
Okay, I had to break out glasses to do this, and I had to read it because it's little. Tim Nichols and Craig Wiseman wrote "Living Like You Were Dying." Tim was just a singer on it, but it did fit his, I'm sure, his dad, that situation there.
I think he met him at a late age in life, and then his dad ended up passing away.
Dad might have been a
sick.
traveling salesman in the middle of the night, is what we're trying to say here.
Have you ever seen his dad, though?
He was a baseball player.
But he looks a lot like him. He looked a lot like him. Yeah. Somebody put Tug
McGraw.
Yeah, McGraw.
And that will also remind you of a song. And it really, I almost think it was written by Tim McGraw. If you go back to a song called Buckskin Jones. It's about a guy that there's a picture of a famous movie star on top of the TV, and he's always asking his mama who that is. And he said, all the neighbors said I look like him. Come to find out, mama went to a fanfare. And on her dying bed, she tells him whose daddy is. Funny. Prices are up. What are we talking about? Gasoline. National average right now is $4.48 a gallon across this great nation. That is unreal. Now, and as I posted a while ago, do you plan on traveling Memorial Day? Can you afford it now? $5 a holler is what that, $4.50. That's so close to $5 a gallon. You can't even shake a stick at it.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if, I know it's not the same kind of like gas and stuff like for planes, where they fuel the planes
jet
up.
fuel?
But I wonder if stuff like that has gone up.
Oh,
also,
extremely.
To make tickets even higher. So
depending upon where you go, everywhere you go, this affects your travel to work, go to eat, wherever you're going to see mama. It does affect it. Now, here's something new that has just gone into effect in Florida. And I have to say I like this. If we would put these laws, and the key to this, you can have all the laws that you want. They're no good unless you enforce them. Florida seems to be on the right track as DeSantis signed into law to make it illegal to protest outside someone's home. As you take the instance of the Supreme Court justices now, where they can't be stopped for protesting in front of them. He's made it a law in Florida. You cannot do that. It passed with flying colors.
has it passed?
That's the way I understand.
Okay,
He signed into law.
Okay, yeah. I was listening this morning to Leo Terrell. He's on Fox. He was.
I don't know Leo.
He was a.
Oh, Leo. Yeah, he was a former
Leo.
Democrat.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, he was talking this morning. I think he was a lawyer, or maybe he was a school teacher at one time. Then he became a lawyer, I think.
He's just funny.
Yeah, he is funny. But he was saying that, he's usually for, the conservative side now. But he was saying that he thought it was going to be an issue because that's going against people's First Amendment rights.
This right here, not being able to protest.
Freedom of speech, freedom of, yeah. So he doesn't approve of people getting violent and being crazy, but outside of somebody's home, which...
Well, my thoughts on it is if you want to have a protest, you could go to a general assembly area in a town square and do it there instead of their home.
I agree with you. I don't think anybody should be outside of someone's private property, their home.
I'm saying I don't quite agree with Leo on that.
I think he was just saying it's going to be a fine line, and he's going to face some, people going against that or having a problem with it because... Where do you say, okay, well, I'm outside of your home, but I'm in the street, walking the street peacefully or something, We know that it's not going to be peaceful, though, when on certain issues. It's just not. You're always going to have these crazy people.
I'm going against Leo on that.
Yeah. I don't think... I'm not all for somebody being outside somebody's home. I would not want anybody
It's just they turn. It turns ugly. They can't leave their house. They can't do anything. Even Nancy Pelosi, who I'm not a fan of, I just let them be.
I think it is a law already though that they can't protest outside of the justices' homes, like people who are in those positions. I think it is against the law, but and they're allowing it to happen, even though it's against the law. So.
Ralph Fortenberry says $5.29 a gallon yesterday for diesel. Ooh, and you wonder why your bananas are going up.
Yeah.
They got to be trucked to you. Everything you touch is most likely trucked to where you are. This next story, we go to Washington State, and it sickens me to even have to read these types of things, but there are sickos in this world. We can paint it up. We can put it any way you want to. They were investigating a manager of an Arby's for child pornography, which is sick in itself. Yeah. As they dig deeper into this computer of his, as they track down what he was doing, he had taken pictures of himself urinating in the milkshake machine where he worked. Let that sink in a minute. Now, what needs to be done with this? Yet again, I say something swift and fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's others out there that do things like this. That's just sickening.
It is sick.
I hope they make an example of this man. But that's happening. That's Washington State. You might want to contact them if you went through there and had a milkshake.
He'd call my mother-in-law. She lives in Washington State.
Does she?
Yeah, don't be going to the Arby's.
A Florida church is being blasted for hosting a kids' event that features a drag show. A drag show. Thought I might just mention that in passing of what was going on there.
What is wrong with people? Like, what is... I mean, really?
That's for children. Children doesn't need to be involved.
It's a church. You don't need drag queens up. I'm sorry. I
know where you're coming from on that.
That's just my belief.
But that's a headline, and you need to be aware of what happens in other places. I always like to include that. America, what are they doing? They're refusing to return to the office. You know what's happening? Well, part of this gas price thing, but people got used to being at home during the COVID event. Now that gas has gone up to $4.58 a gallon, they're refusing to return to the office. Apple is demanding they do. We'll see what happens with that in the end, if they make it back to the office or not. What you thinking over there, Candace?
I'm still stuck on the church thing.
Yeah, that is.
In my head. Wondering what in the world. I mean, I think God loves everybody, but there's a place for everything, and church ain't yet. For the drag show.
The Bible says one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody had to, as you say, you have to pay for. Let's see. We're headed toward, as we look at this, an ex-Federal Reserve chair says the U.S. economy is headed toward one of the worst inflation times they've ever seen, and it could be a recession facing us. Did I say recession correctly? I think I said it. I mispronounced it there.
No, I think you said it right.
Yeah, there you go. We're watching that closely also. And for all of us fans who like the show, there's a lot of words we don't like, but boy, it sure is good. As we look to Yellowstone, they have started filming season 5. I hope it's a little bit better than season 4. 1 through 3 was great. Just didn't have that kick on that last one like I thought it should.
Are you talking about like where they ended it?
Yeah, it was just kind of.
I mean, it really caught me off guard though in the end. I couldn't believe it ended like it did.
So. They're working on season 5. Kevin Costner has a huge hit on his hands.
I hope they would pull a little bit of the bad language out of it, though,
Yeah, you would.
I mean,
it's
just as good.
Correct.
It would be just as good of a storyline if it didn't have all that.
But that goes back to somebody that's got a job that thinks that they can just push that envelope just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Of all the TV shows that are out there that are just kind of stagnant, this is the only one that is jumping ahead and really gaining people each time. It gains more and more people. Yeah. So they're filming it. We'll let you know when it's all done. And they kept pushing that date last year of when the season premiere would be. Let's talk about cleaning. Now, Godwin Cleaning Services, they're located here in Meridian, and they do a lot of cleaning around. I hadn't even thought about this, but they do pools. Look at the difference of that, of how dingy and dirty it looked. They got in there with their solution, cleaned that all up. You didn't have to do the scrubbing.
I don't think there's anything they don't clean.
No. They even do windows.
Clean everything. They do. Your outdoor windows.
See them. Godwin Cleaning Services. This makes a huge difference when you're doing this from something tall. They got the equipment to reach any tall building that you've got. Talk to them about that. tin roofs. They become clean again and make them look so much better.
Look brand new.
Yeah, your driveway, if you need a driveway, yours is kind of dark and dingy looking, they'll fix that for you. And here's an example of the windows. Been in there, root canal. You'll know that you visited them, but you'll have a clean window now to look out as they're doing that root canal.
I was like, I was like, root canal? Where'd that come from? It's on the sign.
Yeah. You've never had one done there?
Not there. No, I've had a root canal.
Yeah, I sat right there and looked out the window and went, ow, ow, ow. If you need your porch cleaned, they'll do that, including your steps. They make it look great again. Godwin Cleaning Services, they're very good at what they do. From Clarkdale to any sign there may be in town, talk to them, find out how affordable it is to make your place look. Get on a schedule. They'll help you out there, Ron, and bend over backwards to work with you. 253-8262.
That's right. And, when we had him on the show, he even said that they do, like, your boat seats and stuff. It's that time of year. Everybody's getting ready to get out on the water.
That old mildew will just jump up there before you know it.
Yeah.
Talk to them. They'll help you out there.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh yellow corn, 3-year package, $2.29. Ripe tomatoes, a 4-pack, $1.99. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 69 cents a pound. Heinz Easy Squeeze Ketchup, 20-ounce, 2 for $4. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. And New York Strip Family Pack, $10.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
I have to give kudos there to LaWanda being funny. She wanted to know if Godwin cleaned milkshake machines.
Yep.
Good point. That's funny. Is Netflix, as they have just tons and tons of trouble as people have backed out of it. They've lost 200 subscribers due to the content. People are going, I don't like that anymore. You've taken something that was good and put on shows that we don't disagree, that we don't care for anymore.
Yeah.
And they're trying to save it. As they lost 200,000 people, they're going up on the rates. They're looking at going live now, where they haven't. It's all been recorded, putting live shows on, like reality shows and things of that nature. We'll see if it helps their stock prices any and report back to you what we find out on that. We've talked about that. Let's see. The trial, it's already underway. We've lost a few people that had to go check out on Johnny Depp this morning as the trial continues live on television 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but they cover it from can to can't.
Yeah, they do.
It's a mess.
It is a mess. I think they're both twisted acting. I mean, they're just twisted. They're just different birds,
I think Johnny is going to win this.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is she's a pretty lady, but she has got some nasty habits, if this is what...
She's very nasty. But she's portrayed Johnny to be something that he wasn't. She ruined his career, lost him his franchise with Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think the guy was guilty of doing anything that she said he did. He may have drank a little bit, sure. Yeah. But I think in the end, and this is just my opinion, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, I think Johnny is going to become the victor in this. I really do.
Are we not going to go into what she...
Right, yeah. She blamed it on the dog. Yeah. We'll say that. She's hired somebody new to make herself look good. The only problem is the person that she hired to make herself look good has a record of being an abuser. He's had 2 DUIs. He left 2 jobs after he was accused of sexual harassment. And, well, there you go.
Great choice. That's a great choice right there.
Usually somebody like that doesn't know the right person to hire. It's not working out too well for her.
Right.
We're coming up toward the top of the hour. It's going to be a beautiful day as we begin a Tuesday. We'll be here for all the breaking news that happens in our area. As we get ready for Memorial Day, that's not long off.
I know. Get geared up for it. If like Scotty Ray said, it's going to be a beautiful day. Get out in your yard if you're home, enjoy it, and I hope you have a blessed and safe day.
The bad news is it looks like Saturday afternoon we've got a 60% chance of thunderstorms. So if you got an event planned for Saturday, start watching the weather kind of closely as we get nearer and nearer to that.
Right.
What have we forgotten to do today? Anything?
I don't know. I don't think we've forgotten anything, but...
Jerome Lee says, birds of a feather. I agree with you there.
Like I've said before, be a blessing to someone else today. And
we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: